Welcome back, everyone. Marshall from Team ParkIt here to tell you about the upcoming State Route Shootout and to show you the hole layouts for each course. We had a great event last year and have been looking forward to hosting it again this year with some improvements, as always. A big thank you to the Cookeville Church of the Nazarene and Church on the Hill for allowing us to use their properties and courses to bring back this fun event for its second year. You don't want to sleep on either of these courses because we have some fun changes for this tournament in addition to last year, and there's a lot of fun and challenge packed into each of these 9-hole courses, so stick around to check out the changes that we've made for this year. We think you'll really enjoy it. I know that we do. For hole 1 at Church on the Hill, it's a 263-foot par 3. We're going to tee off up here by the tree line. It's a 21-foot drop down to the basket in this little pocket. Just going to be a little chip shot forehand. Samson from Team ParkIt's going to lead you up here to the hole. Pretty safe shot to open things up at Church on the Hill. The second shot, we're going to tee off from the pavement here. There is a Mando left of the phone pole. It's about 17 feet uphill. It's a 325-foot par 3, so it's going to feel a little bit farther than that. It's going to be a really fun long backhand turnover or a big forehand to get up there, but you do have to go Mando left of the pole. Up next is hole 3. It's a big 415-foot uphill par 4. You really just want to bite off as much distance as you can from the tee, getting in this back right corner as much as possible. You do kind of want to stay to the left side. That way you do open up your options for this tricky green. This basket is actually going to be hidden in the back right corner. We wanted to take a second to really analyze this green since it is going to be so tricky. As you're going up the fairway, we will have a line on the right side following the tree line. You'll see where that line exits that last tree on the left in that bunch and connects to the corner of the pavement. The hazard line will then follow the horseshoe shape around the backside of the basket where the pavement continues. So you do have some options of how you want to get into this green. A couple of gaps in the trees there, but you will have to use some touch to get in there. Up next is hole 4. This is kind of a fun shot. It's just 185 feet away. It is a Mando to go through one of these 3 holes to attack this green. You have to get all the way across the parking lot into this grassy area or else you will be OB. There will be a drop zone near the pavement that will give you a long look for your par save. All right, here we go. Hole number 5. It's 382 feet, par 3. The pavement is casual on this hole, but you do have to be wary of this fence going down the right side. Anything beyond that fence will be out of bounds. Big 22-foot drop of elevation, so this is going to be a really fun shot. 382, it does push farther than you think it does, but it's pretty wide open. Just take your favorite disc and fire it down here to the bottom of the hill. All right, hole 6. This is going to be a long 565-foot par 4. A little bit of elevation climb as you come up the hill here. There will be OB on top of the building to the left, and there will also be an OB line to the right where all of the tree line is. It's jail over there anyways. OB just makes it easier. Be careful when attacking this green though. It does sit on the side of a hill. There are some potential for rollaways. All right, hole 7 is going to be a fun little island shot. It's a 225-foot par 3, slightly uphill. Everything in the gray is going to be out of bounds. The basket is tucked in this little V section of the pavement. You've got about 10 to 15 feet surrounding the immediate basket, but we do have a little bit extra room towards the playground. That's going to stretch out to maybe 45 feet or so. Hole 7's tee is going to be tucked in this little cubby in between the 2 buildings where you'll be throwing across the parking lot. Hole 8 is a 290-foot par 3. A little bit of downhill on this one. We're going to be teeing off from the road or the grassy area right next to the road, but anything that lands on or beyond the road that is left and behind the basket will be out of bounds. Be careful, there is a little bit of a drop off right behind the basket, so that OB can sneak up on you pretty quick sometimes. All right, hole number 9, last one at Church on the Hill. We're going to be teeing off from the pavement here. Big 517-foot par 4 over this basket. We're going to be going through this big gap in the trees here. Into this gap or close to it, maybe even past it, is going to be a great landing zone. There's another basket. We're not going to play to that one either. We're going all the way back here to this one tucked back in the corner. Another tricky green with close OB right behind the basket, so be careful with those upshots. All right, so that's the Church on the Hill course. As you can see, a few tweaks from last year. Obviously, that's just 9 holes. We will be playing that twice before we break for lunch and play our second round. Free lunch will be provided at the Church of the Nazarene, so big thank you to them for providing this awesome benefit. Up next, heading to the Church of the Nazarene course. They did a great job with this course when installing it back in 2022. It's a lot of fun, very beginner friendly, and definitely has some challenge. They recently revamped the turf tee pads, installed a new drop zone on 4, and they're looking to redo the tee signs as well. So this course continues to get even better. Starting us off at Church of the Nazarene, we have a 293-foot par 3, just a little bit of elevation. Anything that is on or beyond pavement is going to be out of bounds. So it's just going to be an easy stock backhand hyzer for our right-hand backhand players. But you've got plenty of open airspace here to attack this hole however you want, even if that's with a forehand. It's 293. Just be mindful of that OB that kind of creeps up on you a little bit behind the basket. Up next is hole 2, but this is a fun little 230-foot par 3. The wood chips directly behind the basket are going to play as hazard. You will still have a 1-stroke penalty, but you must putt where your disc comes to rest. Anything else will be out of bounds. Fun little ace run if you want to play it risky. If not, be mindful of the wood chips directly behind the basket. The corner of those wood chips comes all the way up to the bottom of the basket. Up next is hole 3. This is going to be a 364-foot par 3. This is a big forehand if you've got it. If not, you'll have to hit your line with a big backhand turnover. The fence going down the right side and the pavement on the left in the parking lot are going to be OB. Anything past that fence, please do not go retrieve your disc. The homeowners request that we do not go on their property for this reason. If anyone throws over there for any reason, we will be sure to try to get your discs back for you. Another tricky green. This one sits on the side of a hill, so be mindful of that. Try to stay away from those bad rollaways. Hole 4, this is a really neat hole, very challenging. It's a 354-foot par 3, but all the way down here, right in front of the basket, about 20 feet short, we have a double mando. You must go through both of these trees, or you will proceed to the drop zone. The drop zone is about a 45 to 50 foot putt directly through the trees to try to save your par. Hole 5 is going to be a long par 4. This is 550 feet, pretty flat. Air out a big shot in this wide open area to the left. Stay away from the out of bounds playground and don't shake it right into the woods, and you should be fine on this hole. Take a breather on this green since you actually have a decent amount of room and it's pretty flat too. That's a pretty fun par 4 that you can really unleash a big drive on. Hole 6 is a 315-foot par 3. It's a little bit downhill, but you've got enough airspace to Kind of attack this hole however you want. The pavement to the right, as well as the wooden fence where the dumpster is, will be out of bounds. If your disc lands in the volleyball pit, that will be a hazard. So you will putt from where your disc lands, but you will have a penalty stroke as well. Up next is hole 7. We'll be teeing off from the parking lot on the turf tee pad. It's a 285-foot par 3. This one's a little bit uphill. You've got a low ceiling and sort of a gap off the tee, but nothing too major. Just try to get out of the gap clean and get over the top of this hill and give yourself a putt on some flat ground. Up next is hole 8. This is a 322-foot par 3. Major dogleg to the right. It's almost impossible to get too far right with how short this hole is. Be wary of the OB on the right side. That property is not church property, so if you do throw over there, just be sure to let us know and do not go retrieve your disc. We'll try to go get that for you. But you really want to blast a big forehand out here, keep it high, and see if you can get around this corner far enough right. It's actually really difficult to get that far right on this hole. Really fun hole, a good birdie to get for sure. Last one, rounding us out at the Church of the Nazarene, is hole number 9, 266-foot par 3. This one's wide open. You can kind of attack it however you want, but you do have to be careful of that pavement right behind. Give us a follow to support and stay up to date on future events. We have another in October at King Creek that will feature a never-before-seen layout, and our super fun annual Hidden Valley Open up in Livingston coming up in November as well. Thanks for sticking around with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.